Hey, it's Tim here. In today's video, I just want to let everyone know that I still hate hacks. To find out why I'm bringing this up again, let's get stuck in. Okay, so you might be wondering, hey, like, what are hacks? What do you mean hacks? Tableau is a brilliant product, and it is. I love using it. I use it every single day. But something people ask me all the time is, hey, I've seen this technique and it involves doing something funky with map layers to get things in a certain way so that I can make this custom chart. Hey, do you have a video on that? And I'm always like, no. And I'm proud to say no, because in my opinion, those are hacks. Those are not sort of intentional uses of the product. And so you might then say, well, hey, Tim, who are you to tell me how to use Tableau? And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to tell you how to use Tableau, how you should use Tableau. What I am here to say, though, is that I think sometimes we let too many features or too many hacks become accepted practice. I've done a video about this. I'll put a thumbnail on screen. And in fact, I just want to reiterate this point so much so that I'll put that video at the end of this video, because I'm only going to need another minute to explain why I'm peeved off about this again. If I click out of this, you'll see on LinkedIn, Tableau posted this post about pie charts. Now, of all the chart types to trigger someone in the community with, this was always going to be it. It was about pie charts. And again, I have nothing wrong with the viz. I think this workbook that's being used as an example is actually a fantastic use case. But when I look at the examples that are in this video, and by the way, this is a chap called Brian Tong. He's actually a famous YouTuber. Salesforce have this thing where they go out and essentially get influencers to come and promote their products. Where it comes back to bite them is that sometimes it's very clear those influencers are just reading off a script. And that's exactly what Brian is doing here. You can actually see the teleprompter in his eyes, but he's just reading off a script. He's essentially going off what he's been told to do. And in this little clip, let's just get to this. We have a sunburst, not a native chart in Tableau. It's easy to do, but it's not native. We then have radial charts, also not native. We did just have a pilot, which allows us to build these, but not a native chart. In order to do that at the moment, you have to go out and do a few tricks with Tableau. Now, there are templates. There are workbooks that have these templates built out. You can even go get a Tableau prep template that goes and explains how to do all this. So your data comes through the pipeline and it's ready for this particular type of chart. But it's not native. They require a lot more work than I think Tableau's used to marketing its product to say that it's just drag and drop. These are far from that. If we then go ahead to the next one, Donut. Donut is one of my favorite ones because it's so simple to do. In fact, if you go see my video on pie charts, I actually show you how to do a donut chart right at the end. So this is so quick that it's not really a hack, but it still is a hack. Because to get it looking like this, it's not a native chart type. You can't just go drag and donut from the marks type pane and bring it in. You have to go into the pie chart, duplicate a field with an average of 1 or sum of 1 or min of 1, whatever. Get the second pie chart, format it, remove the detail, put the label on there. And then when you hover over it, make sure that on one you have the hover over for this thing, and on the other you have the hover over with the detail. Like, it's quick to do, but if you're new to Tableau and you just think this is an easy to drag and drop thing, then hey, it's not as easy as it looks. And so to me, all three of these are hacks. But here we are. We have Tableau marketing this as something you can just do. And I sort of have an issue with that, because this leads to this acceptance of these hacks as features. And what drives me sort of up the wall is that this then makes it into an exam. If you go do Tableau exams, I once did an exam and it asked for what was the way to create a button to do something. And the answer was a parameter and an action in order to recreate something that in my mind was a hack and not an actual feature. So there's something about it that really frustrates me. And here's the sort of irony. We've just had a pilot for one of these chart types, which is in a way sort of the best acceptance that this shouldn't be how it's done. That pilot showed the way this should be done. Go check out my video on radial charts that I released recently. So I hate hacks passionately. I really do. I just had to take this opportunity to share this again. Now, just to finish this off, I think there's one beautiful comment on this post, which was from Andrew Levin, and his advice is think beyond the pie and all its derivatives.